Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins, you gotta grow your coins. Grow your coins, grow your coins.
What's up, everybody? I'm the Crypto Crow, and I'm probably not going to get too carried away today because I have like a bit of a headache. I've had a headache since yesterday. I tell you what, yesterday I've been so stressed out. Like not just about like the crypto market, but I've been like just super stressed, like to the point where it's been like kind of like making it difficult to breathe. Like I've been just like I've just got a lot of weight on my shoulders, and like we're moving into the new house in a few weeks, and it's like just a lot of pressure, and my wife actually came home last night with a whole hot stone massage oil kit, and like played this music on her phone, and like just gave me just a full body massage, and you know, I actually I enjoyed getting massages before, but the girl that I really liked basically just straight up abandoned me. I don't know if she went back to school or what. And I tried reaching out, you know, like I would have paid her double, like for like weekends and stuff, but she just vanished. So I don't know what happened to her. So I've been without, and I don't know. I'm weird about that kind of stuff. Like I don't know. I did go to someone else who. Like I ended up feeling like I got beat up for like a couple weeks, and I'm just not into that. I want to relax, but I'm not, I don't want every muscle in my body to like hurt for weeks. And so it's one of the reasons why I like the gal that was working on me before. So, but Kristen did like a great job, and it was very relaxing, and it was just nice, and it actually helped me go to sleep. And, but anyway, like there's some good stuff popping, and today I'm just kind of hanging out a bit, and I'm going to go over Monarch and Ethos because both are very active in what they have going on, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story on my relationship with Monarch, and happy ending. I plead the fifth. But anyway, I wanted to touch on Bitcoin a little bit because it's bouncing back. It hit a low of about 63, it looks like 63.22, and it's bounced back up to 65. And from what I'm seeing, and this isn't from a technical, everybody knows I'm not a TA guy yet. I'm still working on it, reading my books, every night, little bits. But, from everything that I'm seeing from all the signals, it looks like we're expected to maybe bounce back to like 67 to 6,800, somewhere around there. And then from there, who knows? Up and down we go. I mean, considering the fact that we got to pump all the way up, we ended up about 7,400, and it seems to be the pattern, right? I mean, this is an obvious pattern to where, you figure up here, and this is a daily chart, so, we got as high as almost 8,500, and then we tanked hard, and then ever since then it just kind of comes up, and then it drops really hard, and then it comes up, and then it drops really hard. So, but I was actually looking recently into potentially building a new mining rig, and I've been, just because I'm so damn bored, to be honest, I want to do something productive, and honestly, I'm just so tired of reading. I'm tired of reading a bunch of shit that in a market that's just bearish. I'm not going to lie. It's one of the reasons why I'm not doing as many videos. I'm not doing as much research right now. I've just been so bored. And I'm doing different things. I'm more trying to teach myself things over research right now. And it's kind of like I've accumulated a bunch of positions. They're all off site and safe and just kind of chilling, and I'm probably not even going to touch them for at least 6 months to a year. And I'm just like, what do I do? So I'm really trying to learn TA, and I've got several books, and I've got another really big book. I mean, it's like this freaking thick on basically wiping yourself from the internet. It's ultimately about privacy and security, and I'm going to be diving into that. I haven't even cracked it yet, but I'm excited to get into it. And then I still have my Kevin Mitnick book about, Ghost in the Wire, and then the other. So I've got a lot of reading material, but I can only read so much for so long. So I have to do it in phases because it makes me super tired. But I was doing a lot of research again on, do I want to build another Ethereum mining rig and just be able to mine up anything that I want? Or do I want to go into some ASICs? And I thought, man, it's a tough call because, for 1 Bitcoin, I could basically buy all the parts that I need to build a pretty badass, like 8 or 9 GPU, maybe even a 12 GPU Ethereum mining rig, and get somewhere around 200 to maybe 250 mega hash a second, which, or I could get, so there's a company, what's it called? Hold on, BTC mining ASICs. There's a company coming out with some new mining equipment that's they're supposed to be competing with another company, and it's not Bitmain. Bitmain is kind of, all these guys are fighting right now on initial public offerings. They all basically want to, they're trying to go after like a lot of money for public offering, which I'm not even quite sure how much sense that makes. You'd think they're making enough money. But hold on, I want to find this. And I wasn't even prepared to talk about this, but it's like, I'm just going to hang out a while today. And hope everybody kind of gets something out of it. We support you. Oh, that's nice. I tell you what, it really has been rough. So BTC mining ASICs, what was it called? New miner, I don't know. Let's see if that'll bring it up. How long my state-of-the-art Bitcoin mining? No. I can't remember the daggone name of it. Basically, these things are basically able to mine at like 30. I think it was something along the lines of like 30 THS, which was pretty solid with a significantly lower power consumption. And I'm thinking, man, if those things are around $2,000 a piece, you can get like 3 of them for a Bitcoin. But then it might take you a year, 6 months to a year to break even. And I'm like, oh God, I don't know. And like Ethereum's back where it was pretty much when I built my first miner, and I so regret having sold that. Even just to have it sit on a shelf, I regret having sold that. That was like my baby. That was my first mining rig ever built, and I put so much time and money into it, and I basically sold it for what I paid for it, like what I paid for the parts. I didn't even make a profit for all the 2 weeks labor. So I'm really struggling. Like, if I built an Ethereum mining rig again, I want it to be the baddest mining rig possible for the buck. Like, the mining rig that I built had 6 1070 Ti Founders Edition cards in it. They were like, I don't know, like $500 or $600 a piece for those things. And I was getting like 190 something odd mega hash a second on that rig. It was pretty solid. Those graphics cards are worth more now than they were when I paid for it, than they were when I bought them. New ASICs company BTC mining. So I actually found. I don't have my phone down here either. Anyway, it's a company that they're launching these new miners, and they're competing with another company that's pretty similar. I think they're rigged. It's like the mining unit plus the PSU was like $1,900 a piece, and they're roughly like 30 THS. And then this other company is apparently coming out with something of equal to slightly higher power for I'm guessing around the same money. with lower power usage. So if any of you guys know which one I'm talking about, I'd love to pull it up. If you're on Honey Miner, they have a lot of good info. Yeah, I've noticed I have like 81 people, 81 referrals on Honey Miner. So people are definitely, what's up, Ryan Phelps? Good to see you too, man. So that's definitely, people are using it and mining with it. Honey Miner isn't, like Honey Miner to me, it's kind of like BitTorrent. Like when you first started with BitTorrent and you're trying to mine or you're trying to download stuff, it's kind of slow. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but the more you do it, the more you can download quicker. Honey Miner isn't something you just plug in and you just start making big bucks. I think even with my beefy, like the most powerful laptop in the world was only able to mine like $2 or $3 a day with Honey Miner, which is actually still not too bad, really, if you think about it. But I mean, considering it's free, and that could be, that $2-3 a day could easily be $6 to $10 a day, in value, once the market turns around. So use it, mine it up, see what you got. I mean, I'm basically telling everybody, check out Honey Miner. Use it on equipment that you don't care much about, just in case. Like, it doesn't seem to be overheating or anything like that, but just in case. And then see what you got by the time the market turns around. You might be real pleasantly surprised at what you've accumulated. And I mean, let's face it, it's free, so why not? It's kind of the way I look at it. But it's more about teaching people about mining, I think, more than, hey, this is a miner that's going to make you rich. None of them are like that. What's up, Heather Starbuck? Yeah, mining rigs can get so pricey. I mean, they are pricey, but like with ASICs, it's not really about price, it's about how many do you want. I mean, you can only ever mine Bitcoin with these. So, we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. I may not do anything at all. I just may leave my Bitcoin sit there. I mean, let's face it. I could buy a bunch of miners, mine up over the course of 6 months what I paid for the miners. I mean, do I double that? You know what I mean? I don't know. I really don't know yet what I want to do. I like the idea of building a new custom Ethereum rig. And I like the idea of being able to mine up any ERC20 token that I want. I mean, I make Bitcoin in other ways. Why buy Bitcoin miners with Bitcoin? I mean, it makes more sense for me personally to just have some fun and then maybe turn it into a really informative video. How I built my Ethereum mining rig. But I just don't know if there's enough mining people out there. I don't know. Out of you guys, how many of you guys would want me to do a video on how to build a mining rig? Like, would it actually help you? Do you want to build mining rigs? Let me know what your thoughts are in chat. If there are enough people and I think it'll help people, then I'll put the money in to build a rig and kind of teach you how I set it up and configuration and all that. Personally, I think it'd be a fun project, but I guess it's one of those things that I don't really want to do it again if it's just for me. I think is kind of where my head's at. Heck yes I would. Okay, that's cool. Looks like some of you guys are interested. Bassist, yeah, what's up, man? It has been a while. 100% would be very beneficial. All right. Well, maybe I'll start working on it. Like, I would honestly I would invest the money to build a solid rig for you guys. I would. That would make it much more worth it for me than just like something I'm doing to kill time and build another rig. Actually, how about comparing what coins are mined with what type of miner? I mean, basically, an Ethereum mining rig, you're able to mine up anything on the ERC20 blockchain for the most part. And you can download software to mine just about anything. Superman, what's up? Grow your coins. Now, Superman, if you go live in the next 20, 30 minutes, I'm going to kill you. So I guess, so Superman is really big on Ethos. And I like Ethos. And I think that's why he's here. He's like, all right, what's this bastard going to be saying about Ethos? And I also like Monarch, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna be so straight up and honest and blunt, okay, about this. So when I first got into, well, I don't want to say when I first got into crypto, but I actually when did I first meet Crypto Beatles? I think it was when I was starting to help Crypto Rusty with the NASCAR sponsorships. And I met Crypto Beatles, and he was super nice guy, super chill, very relaxed, loves his big stogies and his beard, you know. I joked with him about looking like Pablo Escobar. I still do. And all I really knew about him was that he was another YouTuber, right? And, you know, I didn't even know initially that Monarch was his project. And so we got to talking a little bit, and he was telling me about Monarch, and he's telling me all this stuff he's doing, how he loves to build business. He wants to build an empire, and he's, you know, just telling me his whole philosophy on things. And I shared a lot of it. It's how I am in a lot of things. But I hear so much big talk from so many people that come to me. They want different things from me. Beatles has never asked me for shit. But if anything, it's the opposite of that. Like his whole thing, like, God, even when we were in Chicago, like, the dude would not let anybody pay for anything. Like, he took care of everybody there. And he's very generous. His son, Aaron, is the sweetest, nicest, smartest, like, just super good dude, right? And which, you know, you think, okay, you've got this guy, he's running around talking a big talk, but, well, at first I thought Beatles was talking a big talk. Because I was like, okay, cool man. Cool man. I hear this kind of shit a lot, but cool man, right? I'm just being honest. And then later, you know, I met Beatles again, and then I met his son. This is when we were all in Chicago, and I was so impressed with his son. My wife loved his son, and they're almost identical freaking twins. I mean, I thought they were brothers. I did not realize that this big dude was like Beatles' son, but just super nice. Like the kind of dude. I mean, I can't even tell you how sweet the guy is. It's just super freaking nice. And then, you know, Beatles and I, we chatted, and, you know, he's all about friendships and relationships. And I guess what I'm getting at is, like, he had invited me a while back to take a big look at Monarch and to consider maybe an advisory role, helping with marketing and helping with, you know, he wanted me to, he was interested in being on my TV show on Biz TV and all this other stuff. And at first I thought, okay, like, I'll think about it. And I was not sold. I really wasn't sold. Just to be honest, I wasn't sold on Monarch. I thought, okay, it has some utility. I love the big picture. I love the idea of it, but I'm bullish on Ethos. It's kind of how I felt. Like, there can be only one, is a bit of my perception at the time. It's like, you know, Ethos is going to rock it out. I'm big on Ethos. I own Ethos. You know, a lot of people are investors in an Ethos. And I'm like, what can Monarch do? What can this one guy do? That was the way I looked at it. What can this one guy do to compete with Ethos? And since then, my eyes have been opened. If there's anybody that I've met in the crypto space, well, I love crypto as legit as fuck. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but legit as hell. I love crypto as very legit. Very, very good at technical analysis, and his friend Mark and his fundamental analysis and everything. Those guys are sharks, man. I mean, they're solid. You know, Crypto Love, obviously a great dude, but he doesn't really have any projects. He's not promising to save the world or anything. So, you know, a lot of guys that I met, I love them. They're great guys. I'm talking specifically, you know, guys who have made big, bold claims about how they're going to take over the world. Beatles is one of the very few who has proven to be right. I mean, he has proven to, like, he's won my respect. Let's put it that way. And I'm going to explain why. There are some things that I know about that I can't even tell you guys because it's not public yet. But it's freaking huge. And I'm not shilling anything because you can't even get these tokens right now. Like, there's no ICO right now. There's no nothing. You can download the wallet. You can use it. You can get involved. But I'm not shilling anything. Nobody's paying me for this video. Beatles isn't paying me for this video. I am going to accept an advisory role. I will say that. I do want to be a part of this project, and I'm sorry, but Ethos is taking a back seat from now on. And I'm going to explain a lot of the reasons why. Now, where do I even begin with this? I will tell you, the color scheme and theme sucks. Okay, I'm just going to be real honest. The medieval theme, whatever's going on here, it feels heavy on me. Okay, just critiquing the website personally. When I go to Ethos, everything's light and powerful. Everything pops. Everything looks good. It draws me in. I think Ethos is much better right now at their marketing. But let's face it. If I break down everything Ethos and Monarch has accomplished, Monarch has actually accomplished substantially more without a $500 million market cap and a team of 100 people or however many people there are that work at Ethos. And the one thing recently that's drawn my attention is apparently this guy, I'm going to copy and paste it, Stephen Corliss has apparently left the Ethos team. I don't necessarily know 100% why yet, but this guy has left the Ethos team, and apparently it's to go work with BlackRock or something like that, is my understanding. I was trying to get more details this afternoon on exactly what happened and why. How many other people left the team? Did he go and others went with him? I still don't really have those details. Looking at Ethos, it looks fantastic. Smart wallet, cold wallet, watchfolio, all the different coins. Both of these can store pretty much anything on the ERC20 blockchain. Monarch is actually, so I have to make sure. I made a list for myself because some of these things are not announced yet. So I can't say anything about them. But right now you can store Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, XLM, and all ERC20 tokens right now on the Monarch wallet. Several more, plus several more. Now, I know some of the others that are about to be added. Right up my alley. That's all I can tell you. And Supa mentioned that and another. I'm not sure what you're talking about. But here's the thing. Anytime I have said, hey, you should look into this. Like I just did it today with Beatles. I've learned over the last 4 or 5 months that at first I'd be like, hey Beatles, you should think about this. You should think about that. He's already in the works. And I'm like, really? Okay. And then they release it and then they show everybody and they tell everybody, I'm like, okay, this guy's not full of shit. Well, today I told him, I said, look, so, all right, let's back up a little bit. So Ethos is more about, well, there's no profit sharing in Ethos, right? You're buying Ethos ultimately because, well, I can take you to this, the ecosystem, where is it? Ethos, Bedrock, education. No, what am I looking for here? I was just on it upstairs. I think tools and resources, maybe that's it. No, it's the rate card. All right. So looking at the Ethos rate card, this basically tells you the costs associated with all of the different actions you can take within the Ethos platform. All right. One of them that I really liked is this one, verified wallet domain. If you guys remember back 6 or so months ago, that was you. Hold on, I'm going to get back to that Unibright. So this is basically a system. I said, I wish there was a way, and I wanted to create a way for people to, let's say somebody needs to send me money to my personal wallet. Well, I want them to send money to Crypto Crow. not 0x273, not this whole string, right? That was pretty much what, two of Ethos heavy hitters left Ethos, right? I'm not familiar with the other one yet. I just saw Steven. So anyway, and that's a big deal. And I'm like, this is something that I would love to use. I mean, we have to make it easier for people to send transactions back and forth without having to snap, QR codes and things like that. We want to be able to use our names or our alter egos or whatever, and it be verified. So, and I told Beatles, I'm like, hey, is Monarch going to be able to do this? He's like, absolutely. And then I said, so Ethos is they want to be more about institutions. They want to be, they're really targeting that. Well, the thing of it is, Monarch can do all the same stuff and more. And the difference is the idea behind the security token with Monarch is that the security token is going to create utility tokens, and the security token is going to be backed by silver. And if you go down, it kind of explains how that's all going to work. So Monarch security token, total supply of 500 million, 50% of dividends distributed to MTS holders via Monarch's hot wallet. 10% of token generation funds will be used to buy silver assets. 10% of consumer to merchant transaction fees will continuously be used to purchase silver until every security token is backed by 1 ounce of silver. I mean, that's some big stuff. A 1-to-1 airdrop of Monarch utility tokens. So basically, when people own the security token, you're going to get a 1-to-1 airdrop for the utility token. 500 million utility tokens will be airdropped in a 1-to-1 ratio, limited to accredited investors only. And then this goes into some of the details about the utility token. Ethos isn't providing any of that. Ethos is banking on the idea that you're going to buy Ethos tokens, and through the use and increased volume of usage on their platform, the token will rise and thus hopefully provide you a return. Either way can work just fine, but with Monarch, they're basically looking to say, okay, as the volume grows, you're going to make a percentage of everything. As I understand it, hold on. Yeah, 50% of dividends distributed to MTS holders via Monarch's hot wallet. So it's almost like, because these guys are going to have an internal exchange. You're going to be able to buy fiat buy crypto with fiat with crypto in their own internal exchange. You're going to be able to make payments, recurring payments, using the Monarch platform and their wallet. And the one thing I told him, I said, dude, you need to create a WordPress plugin for webmasters so they can accept cryptocurrency through their Monarch wallet. And then somebody wants to sell t-shirts or sell whatever. They're able to do that through crypto and then accept it into their wallet. And then they could turn around and use that revenue to pay bills, to do whatever directly from the Monarch platform. And he's like, almost done already. And I'm like, okay. Man, my head is starting to throb like crazy. And there's so much more to it, honestly. I know one of the major partnerships that I assume they're going to be announcing that soon. I can't say anything about it, but it's freaking huge. Huge. It took me by surprise. If I want to go over some of them, I've made some notes. Genesis Vision, recurring investment payments for the users. Bancor, everybody knows about that. Blockchain Terminal, installed on all their physical and virtual devices. Polymath, security token custody, using RBD. Swarm security token. GoChain. Scottsdale Mint for physical silver and a custodian. Listia, CoinVest, BitBay, Ink Protocol, Sapien. I think, the advisors, it's like, this dude is for real. And it's hard to ignore the fact that he's got so many people getting involved with this project. Top guys, like one of the advisors is with Siren Labs. I mean, you could look at a lot of these guys. Scottsdale Silver, CoinVest, Ink Protocol, Transform Group, Siren Labs. You got Nimrod May from Siren Labs, Hub. I mean, Genesis Vision. You know, look. Ultimately, I like Ethos, and I still hold Ethos. I haven't dumped it, and I'm not selling it. But I think for me, I'm definitely. I would like to see. So I have both Ethos and Monarch installed on my wallets. Ethos looks so much better. I'm not gonna lie. By comparison, Monarch still has a long way to go in terms of their user interface. You know, I mean, everybody knows I call it how I see it. You know, it's functional and it all works, and there's a lot of utility, but it just doesn't look as clean, and it doesn't look like what I would expect something of this caliber to look and feel like. So my suggestion is to pump some resources into overhauling this UI and make it pop. I mean, looking at the Ethos UI, it's beautiful. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. It's inviting. And I think that's what Monarch is lacking right now, is a very inviting user interface that just looks and feels super smooth and clean. And kind of gives you a little bit of excitement. You know, like if you look at a lot of the financial apps that are out there, they're flat, and they're very sleek. And I think that's what that's what Monarch really needs moving forward. So let's take a look at chat and see what's going on. What are your thoughts? Like, you know, how do I find a token generation event? There is no token generation anything right now with Monarch. And I'm pretty sure that they're planning on doing it in phases. Crow, what do you think about Omnitude? I don't know, but I will just take a look real quick. What was that? Oh. I'm assuming this is some sort of ICO. Pioneering project to revolutionize e-commerce using blockchain technologies and ecosystems to address challenges around fraud, identity theft. Okay. The token sales already ended. I don't know anything about Omnitude. I mean, I might look into it a little deeper later, but if you're with them, there's your plug. Anyway, not accredited investors can participate, Crow. Honestly, I don't know. I don't really know 100%. It's something that I'd have to talk to Robert about and kind of find out what the plan is. I don't really know exactly what the full plan is for token sale. I think that there was a private sale, if I'm not mistaken, and that went very, very well. But outside of that, I don't know how exactly the public's going to get their hands on like the security token. I think there's the security token and the utility token, and I'm not exactly sure how that's going to be broken up into sales. But you know, the one thing that I know, Ethos is kind of struggling. I mean, a lot of the flash and trash and the hype and excitement around Ethos is kind of waned down to the point where now some of the major team members are leaving. And it doesn't please me to say this. It really doesn't. It's kind of sad. I mean, Shingo's the nice, and I'm 40 years old. I mean, he's so damn young. He's a nice kid. And it looks like I think his dad is the CTO or no, Chief Operating Officer, I think. And, you know, it's kind of like a family business, but it's not. It's much bigger than a family business, but I like the fact that that they're all working together on this. Look, I think Ethos is likely going to do big things, but I also know that Monarch has accomplished so much more already without having a huge public token sale, without having, you know, $500 million market cap, without having millions and millions of dollars to pump into it. I mean, I know Robert and his partner have basically funded them pretty much all of this on their own up to this point. I mean, they haven't even done a big token sale, and when and if they do, I suspect it's going to be a pretty big deal. But I don't even know. Let me look here. I mean, we're already closing out 2018. Quarter 1 2019, Monarch Exchange, Fiat support, merchant plugin. Now, the merchant plugin, I think, is going to be pretty big. And then the dividend system. That's going to, I mean, but there's no mention of any kind of token sale. So, I mean, I guess we'll leave that at that. I mean, I would definitely suggest everybody, I mean, download it. Check it out. You can get it. Where is it? Download. Let's just click download page and see where it's at. You can download it now for iOS, Mac, and Windows. And I think the Android version is soon coming. And, you know, and I personally don't store any crypto on cell phones just because I'm paranoid as hell. And you guys know me. But there's a lot of utility that's brewing with this thing. You know, if anything, I've even thought, well, maybe I would buy another cell phone specifically for having a universal wallet on it that I just keep in a safe or something. But we shall see. Yeah, and that's another thing, too. Everybody's been kind of freaking out a little bit because Ethos was expected to be the big CoinBase killer, and now, you know, CoinBase is coming out basically, look, we're going to be taking over the world. Like, we're going to be adding a lot of different coins. We're going to be doing this, and that. So we'll see. But, I think long-term, I think there's plenty of room in the space for Monarch and Ethos, but for now, I'm definitely betting on Monarch as my horse moving forward, especially if they get rid of this ugly color scheme and the bad UI. But just knowing what I know is coming in conjunction with everything that's public, it's like Monarch is going to take some shit over, man, and that's an honest opinion. So I would be crazy not to jump on board and see how I can help and be a part of it. Dama, brother, yes, I did get those shirts, and it kind of freaked me out for a minute because I was like, what the hell is this? Basically, I had this box show up, and it was 2 Crow Your Coin shirts with this, I guess somebody else's coin. I don't know. It was like there were like a bunch of these little coins at the bottom of it, and I'm like, what the hell is this? It showed up from like Vistaprint. It was just a present. Well, thank you, and boo, no Android. Android's coming. It's coming sooner than you think. I think. You can buy tokens now. I don't know. You can register here. I think you can register and then be alerted to, any methods to get tokens. So that's it. There you go. Create your account, log in, and see what it tells you. All right. 6526. Are we going to 6,800 Bitcoin? That's what I want to know. What else is there? What else is there to talk about? It was a present from Unibright team. We would be cool if you would wear it, though. Maybe I'll wear it on an upcoming show. I have to see what sizes they were, because I don't think I saw an XLT in there, but we'll see. Superman crashing Crow stream is awesome. He pops in every now and then. I think we pop in and crash each other here and there. I'm hoping his blockchain terminal shows up soon, because I want to see Superman with his giant terminal. 3 more weeks, moving into the new house. 3 more weeks, and I'm going to have a whole new studio. It's going to be sick. No more of this fluffy screen behind me that you can't see, because basically 2 of the walls in my new office are just painting them green screen. And it's gonna be blockchain terminal updates. I don't have any blockchain terminal updates yet. I actually asked my contacts over there, like, what's happening, what's going on. I'm waiting for some firm updates. There's a lot of big stuff going on with them, and we'll see. We'll see we'll see what's happening. I know Coin Lion. I'm waiting on I asked Joshua. I asked him, like, are you guys gonna meet this beta in in October, and then I came downstairs. How many of you guys have yet? I'm tickets are moving. Like, honestly, tickets are moving for Chainwise. So make sure you get them. We're 20 weeks out. I just added Crypto Wendy to teach beginners technical analysis on day 2 of the conference. And I've been getting a lot more interest in people wanting to speak on day 1, more B2B type stuff. But I mean, I'm saving the speaking roles primarily for exhibitors. So you know, I want more speakers, and I want to confirm more speakers. Join the newsletter. Finally added a thing for the newsletter. But I know as we get closer, and especially as the market starts to turn around a bit, I'm going to be getting more and more interest from people. But tickets, I mean, people are getting tickets, man. And I'm hearing in like the Telegram group and everywhere, Patreon. I mean, a lot of people are going to be coming to this thing. So, but I started off with there's basically space for 100 exhibition booths, like 10 by 10 booths, and then those can be upgraded to like a 20 by 20 or I think a 10 by 15 or something like that. I have 3 different sizes, so some of them will be pretty big, some of them will be just normal. So, but make sure you check that out. Are you planning on sharing your TA knowledge as you learn or after you perfect it? Well, so guys that are doing technical analysis are a lot of these guys that are making accurate predictions on market swings and things like that. A lot of these guys have been doing it for like 10 years. I love crypto. He's been doing it 10 years. Tone Vase has been doing it like 20 years. This is such a science. Like, I am only 25% of the way through the first book that I've been reading, and I'm already learning a lot, but I know, like, I need a highlighter is what I need. I need to go out and get some highlight. I might do that when I'm done with this video. I don't really want to if there are basic notes that I can share and teach, kind of like I did with the TD sequential indicator. That was such a small fragment of the overall grand scheme of using the TD sequential indicator in technical analysis. I don't want to mislead people, for one. I don't want to maybe misunderstand something I've read and then come out to my channel and share it with you guys that I'm teaching you something that I'm wrong about. I don't want to do that. So I will share things that I know that I'm comfortable with, but I don't want to just spew a bunch of shit for the sake of spewing stuff on my channel. So I would honestly like to get to a point where, okay, I'm using my charts to make some predictions, chart my predictions out, see if they come to. If they do, then I might want to come back and then explain how I came to that conclusion and whether or not I was wrong or right, and kind of do it that way. So over time, as I learn, yes, I will be sharing more and more, but I want to make sure that I'm giving good information, not just information. That's my big thing. What's up, Mr. Jack Martin? Oh yeah, as I predicted to a lot of you guys will remember that I basically told everybody nothing's happening with these ETFs prior to February, and that was just confirmed yesterday. But my next prediction, I do believe, Jesus Christ, I do believe that the ETFs are going to start getting approved come February. I do. I think it's going to happen. And I think that the institutions want it. I think the public wants it. I think everybody wants it. I think it's going to be a matter of making sure that the SEC, I don't know, that they're comfortable with it. Or if there are any ulterior motives to delaying these decisions, maybe to give the institutions, more time to prepare and to get ready and to educate themselves. I don't know exactly what all the motives are for the SEC delaying these things, but I said months ago it wasn't going to happen, and that it's going to be, it's going to be February. But I do believe that I think that the CBOE, the Van Eyck, I think that's all going to come in February. I do think it's official. I think it's finally going to be approved. Hey, Jason, would you be willing to add request ASL interpreter checkbox to the Chainwise ticket purchase page? Already have my ticket. Request ASL. Oh, that does remind me. Maybe send me a message in Telegram to explain a little bit more what you mean, because I'm not sure what you mean by that exactly. But I will say that the Shriners burn hospitals. I had to go through and fill out a form, and I had to talk to different people. But they finally sent me the approval letter. I told everybody on Twitter, I think recently. But Shriners Burn Hospital is basically, I'm making them the official charity for Chainwise. And basically what I'm doing is 50% of all ticket sales. So 50% of all ticket sales after expenses have been covered for the event will be donated to Shriners Burn Hospital of Cincinnati. And they finally gave me my my letter, basically saying I can use the logo and all that stuff. And so I need to add it to the website. And I encourage anybody, you can go to their website. I don't even know. Hold on. This isn't even the website that I think. Yeah, maybe it is. I had another website bookmarked. But I mean, go make a donation if you want. I mean, if you're doing really well, just click donate. I just want to kind of help these guys. Like I've told you guys all the story, a long time ago. It's real easy to make a donation. You use PayPal. Can't use crypto yet, but hopefully the fact that, my hope is that if this Chainwise conference goes well, that if I'm able to deliver a sizable donation to these guys, they'll start taking notice to crypto. And I think because a lot of these guys, they don't even know anything about it, man. Like when I was talking to them, they oh, I've heard of Bitcoin, and that's it. Like that's all they know about it. And so it's not your typical way of doing things, but I would love to see Bitcoin and Ethereum donation addresses on this website and a lot of the other charities out there. So hopefully we'll be able to educate them through Chainwise, as well as hundreds, if not thousands, of other people. There have already been more tickets sold to Chainwise all the way out in February than I think there were at the event I went to in Chicago. So that is that. Is it a requirement to have a sign language lady at the event? Not that I've ever heard. I've never heard of that. Oh, nice. Actually never been. From Oahu and fam. Still there, actually. All right, cool. CBOE Ethereum futures coming before end of year, reportedly. Yeah, I saw that too. Backed is huge, but may not drive a substantial bull run. Yeah, and I know that there are some rumors, apparently, that Ethos may be partnering with Backed. Nothing confirmed. It's just rumor. They always say buy the rumor, sell the news, but we'll see what happens with that. I know some relationships that Monarch's got coming, and they're going to be pretty big as well. Yeah, all you guys need to get your tickets for Chainwise and spread the word. I've set this stuff up so that everybody can share it and on Twitter and LinkedIn and all that. I really need to. Let's face it. I can't really advertise the Chainwise event because of Google and Facebook. I tried to do a Facebook boost for a Chainwise post, and they wouldn't let me. And so. New subscriber. And so I'm really relying on people to really get out there and share. I mean, hell, there's 105 people in chat right now. If everybody shared the chainwise.us website, that'll just help. Once a week for 20 weeks, you guys share it on Facebook, Twitter, and I don't know, LinkedIn. That'll draw a lot of attention. And to see the community kind of rise up with Chainwise is going to inspire a lot of crypto companies to take part. Help me help you. So anyway, wow, man, it's been 49 minutes already. My head is kind of not in good shape. I need to kind of chill. I need a shot of Macallan is what I need. But anyway, God, looking at some of the pictures, I mean, if this stuff does not just tug at your heartstrings, man. I remember when I was 11 years old and I almost cut my arm completely off. You can't really see it, but if you look, you can see this right here, how it bulges out. That's because when I was 11, I don't know if I ever told this story or not. When I was 11 years old, I thought I was a little ninja. And I had little tabby boots on, little split-toed tabby boots. And I jumped up on the porch. I was playing ditch or something like that with my neighbors and his family, his sisters. And I jumped up on a balcony, and I slipped, and my arm went crashing through the window. And it crashed through the window kind of like this. And then when I pulled it off, I cut everything in my arm. I almost cut my arm off. And all I'm going to say is it was a bad scene. Like, it was bad. Like, I could have died. I lost a lot of blood. And, you know, I ended up having, like, I don't even remember now, 42 stitches inside and out. And my arm looked like a dead, rotting corpse arm for, like, 3 weeks. And it was just bad, man. And I remember the shock and the horror of that whole experience. I remember, like, feeling something hit my face. Boop, 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 boop. And I thought, oh my God, and there's blood everywhere. And I looked at my arm, and it's like all hanging down. Like, everything was literally hanging out of my arm. It was gaping open. Like, there's a little section here. It was like rolled up into a little skin ball, and it was like fat was hanging out. It was disgusting. It was like something that, like, out of a horror movie. And I was 11 years old looking at my own arm like a mangled mess. And but I didn't feel anything because I cut all the nerves. Cut 7 tendons, the main nerve and the main artery in my arm. And I remember they, like, when the ambulance finally came, like, my mom tied a tourniquet around my arm and all that. I'm like spurting blood everywhere. And the ambulance came, and they're like, "Hey, buddy, you lost a lot of blood. You feel all right? You need to lay down?" And I'm like, "No, I'm fine." And as soon as I said that, I passed the fuck out. Woke up to them taking a brush to my arm. It felt like a wire brush to clean glass and shit out of my arm. Oh my God. Like, I remember the nurse, she, like, held my hand. She's like, "You can hold my hand, squeeze as tight as you need." And I squeezed the shit out of her hand. She had to let go. She couldn't handle it. It was nuts, man. And I look at that, and I'm thinking, you know, I recovered with a scar on my arm that you can't even really see anymore because of my tattoos. And look at some of these kids, man. And it's just like, you know, knowing what my wife went through at 4 years old, Shriners Hospital, like, just took care of her, man. Didn't charge a dime. And you see some of these kids, and they're like, you know, they just end up in these situations where they're just burned all over their face, and they're, you know, and it's like, just to have that joy just taken away, that I don't know. I'm just hoping, I'm telling you guys now, I'm not doing Chainwise because I expect to make a lot of money. Like, pretty much everything that I'm setting up is like ensuring that I just break even and profits go to other people. I'm not even joking. You know, and I'm hoping that I can write a huge check to Shriners. I really do. And then, you know, who knows, if this year goes really well, next year will be even bigger. And, you know, Chainwise 2020, man, maybe we take on a couple other charities, and I don't know. I just hope that this is the start of something really big that I can really count on year after year to do good things. And, you know, we'll see. But it really does start with a lot of you guys helping to share the word. You know, talk to some of your projects, you know, projects that you're in their Telegram group. Mention the Chainwise, link it up in their group. You know, let's get them reserved. They can reserve their booths right here. You can get tickets right here. And I'll leave it at that for now. Yeah, I started to well up a minute. I got off subject. I got off subject before it got carried away. I'm a doctor, and I got grossed out. Yeah, it was pretty bad. How about a contest for a free flight to Chainwise and back for whoever drives the most people to the conference? I would do that, but I just don't have any way. You know what I wish? I wish a Trace would hurry up and get their stuff launched. Because I would love to have some sort of affiliate program. I wanted to have my tickets available for sale through like a blockchain company, but none of them really struck me as being really ready yet. A Trace, I'm still an advisor for these guys, and I'm still waiting for them to start launching their beta. I mean, they're plugging away on things, but I really want to see this. I want to be able to start using it, is what I want. I think I'm all the way at the bottom. There I am, all the way at the bottom. But there's a lot of stuff that I want to do with the Trace when they launch, man. And it's like, Erwin told me they have a lot of big news coming, and I'm like, bring it, man. Like, I need all the good news I can get. I'll win the flight. Haha. So, I'm open to working out some sort of contest. I know that if you're telling people about Chainwise, like if you go to companies and then they reserve a booth, when they click this, they go to this form, all they have to do is put your name in the referral. So who is your referrer, if any? They put your name in there, then I'll reach out to you and you'll get a 10% commission for making that connection and bringing them to the table. So it's a very simple form, and then I reach out. I mean, booths are cheap, man. $1,500 to $6,000, depending on how big of a booth you want. And then there's some add-ons for like Crypto Crow Channel or Biz TV or both. So for an extra $500, you'll get an interview for national television and YouTube. I mean, you can't beat that. Like, I charge 0.5 Bitcoin for a feature on my channel, folks. So that alone, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's building awareness is really what it boils down to. So we'll see. I mean, I think it's going to do really well. We're still 20 weeks out. We've got a long ways to go. Chainwise after party at your new house. I don't think it's that big. Either way, you're doing something positive, spreading the crypto word. Big ups, bro. Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate it. So, we'll see. We'll see how it all turns out. I mean, I've got high hopes. So, and you know what? I mean, look, guys, between Ethos and Monarch, if you have a lot of money in Ethos, I mean, I bought a bunch of Ethos, and I bought it kind of expensive. I think I bought it when it was like $2. So, but I think long-term, Ethos is going to do well. I'm not doing this video to scare anybody out of Ethos. If you've got it, hold it. I mean, it's, everything is so cheap, like you can get more cheap, maybe double down on it. But I definitely wanted to let everybody know about Monarch, because Monarch is doing some really big things, and I think over the next 6 months, Monarch is going to be fucking huge. I really do think that it's going to be huge. The rate at which their development cycle and all their plans are coming to fruition, the new partnerships and everything else that these guys are working on, I just think Monarch is going to be a massive, massive. I mean, there's stuff going on that I can't talk about, and I'm like, I thought Ethos was going to compete with CoinBase. I think Monarch has a much better chance of competing with CoinBase. The reality is I don't think anybody's officially competing with Coinbase. Coinbase's market is already well established. They're just growing it from astronomical to, universal. So I don't really realistically think at this point anybody's going to be competing with Coinbase. They're staying ahead of the game. They're staying ahead of their competitors, and they're making big, bold moves. But I do think Monarch is going to play a pretty significant role in what's going on. So, all right, folks, we're about an hour. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. What I got? I know I've got an interview. I've got an interview coming up on the 30th with the CloudBrick CEO, which I'm actually very much looking forward to, because I have a lot of questions that I want to ask about the CloudBrick platform. Check out my review. I think it was a week ago. On CloudBrick, it's basically a security platform. You're going to be able to make tokens just by using it. But I'm going to be interviewing the CEO. Last night, for those of you that don't know, I interviewed with Crypto Love. I interviewed Lynn Albrecht, who is the mother of Ross Albrecht, the founder of Silk Road, currently doing 2 life sentences plus 40 years, basically for creating a platform to sell weed on the dark web. I mean, it's kind of what it boils down to. Sounds a little nuts. He accepted Bitcoin as currency before really anybody even knew what the hell it was. So check that interview out as well, freeross.org. And I'm going to call it a night. So thanks for hanging out with me, folks. I love you guys. I miss you all. And looking forward to what's to come soon. I do expect October to be a pretty fun month. So I will say that. I have a lot of optimism for October moving into November. So we'll see. And don't forget, click the description and the link in the description to get your World CryptoCon tickets. If I don't see a bunch of you bastards out in Vegas partying with me for my 41st birthday, I'm going to be pissed. Get your tickets. The link in my description is the cheapest you're going to get tickets anywhere. I make literally nothing from that link. And I am intentionally making sure that you guys get the cheapest tickets possible. So come party with me for my 41st birthday. Lord knows what's going to happen. But I know I'm going to have a hell of a lot of fun. And if I don't remember what happened, well, I'll have all you guys to remind me, as long as you're there. Crow your coins. I'll see you guys soon.